Good morning and welcome to your daily Farm and Home Show, brought to you by the University of Kentucky Cooperative Extension Service. And now, here's your host. Good morning, I'm Joanna Coles, and this morning we're visiting with Jay Stone. He's the Christian County Extension Agent for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning.
Now, Jay, you're here today to talk about a very important topic. You know, we deal with a lot of forestry, woodlands, and we certainly want to be safe when we're out there enjoying Mother Nature. Now,
Right.
now you recently had an incident, and so you know firsthand. You're going to tell us about how.
Yeah.
Exactly right. You're going to tell us a little bit about tree stand safety. I mean, there's a lot of hunters that are there now and are going to be, but there are some dangers that are associated with that.
You know, it's outside of our normal agricultural topics, but it's something that's very seasonal right now with deer season in full swing. A lot of people taking to the woods and climbing trees, and what we can do, since we're not necessarily experts in this field, we can direct them to the proper resources where folks can get the information to learn to be as safe as possible.
Absolutely. Now, when we're going out there, we're excited, Jay, okay? And so we can't wait to get this started.
Maybe in a hurry a little bit.
Yeah. What are some things that we need to consider?
You know, first and foremost, when you're entering or exiting a stand, the proper thing anybody should do is use some type of lifeline that they're permanently secured to from the ground all the way up to the stand. A lifeline like this can be installed at the top of the tree once you have your stand up. It's got a prusik knot like mountain climbers use to where you can actually hook into it, and all the way up you're secured to this line. Over 80% of all tree stand accidents happen when a person is either entering or exiting a tree stand. And with a statistic like that, you know, you want to be as prepared as possible not to become part of that statistic, and a static line or a lifeline is the way to go about doing that. It should be used in conjunction with a full body harness. There are a lot of types of harnesses out there, belt harnesses. A full body harness that wraps over your shoulders, around your waist, and around both legs is not only going to keep you from hitting the ground, but it's going to keep you upright in the case that you do fall. And keeping upright is going to help you be able to right yourself in a tree and possibly try to get down, or at least be in a good position to stand and wait for someone to come get you.
Absolutely. Now, my daddy is not the most graceful, and he's fell out of many of a tree stand, and he would never put one of these on. One, probably because he's a little prideful, but two, it's just something else to keep up with. But it's super important to be safe.
It is, and you know, in the accident that I had, I was taking down a stand. You think about that 80% statistic, well, those other 20 happen some other way. And putting up stands and taking down stands are a lot of the ways people get hurt, because it's hard to be secured into that tree when you're doing that. I had climbed the top of the tree, and in my case, the tree stand actually failed. The ladder broke, so once I was at the top and top heavy, you know, it kind of give. Nothing would have helped me in that case. All the proper safety equipment that should be installed on a stand whenever the stand is up was there, but since I was taking it down, I'd already removed a lot of that, and once I had unhooked it from the tree at the top, over we started backwards. So.
Yeah, and so there might be some accidents that would be hard to avoid. But certainly having a harness and safety equipment getting in and out of the tree is certainly important. What about any safety precautions? I mean, you know, before season starts, do you need to go check the stand and make sure?
Absolutely. You know, this stand that I had the accident with was in my backyard. I was taking it down to move to my farm. We practiced out of it. I was in and out of it every day, so the stand itself was as safe as it could possibly be. If you have one that's in a remote section of the woods that you hadn't been to in a while, maybe a few days before you plan to hunt that stand, go check it out. Make sure your straps are tight. Make sure all the bolts are tight, not rusted into. Stands that are left up year-round are very easy to get those bolts rusted and not be in good working order whenever you get ready to climb back in them.
Absolutely. So a little bit of preventive maintenance and check-in beforehand might prevent an accident.
That's right.
As well.
Replacement bolts and packages can be ordered from all the tree stand companies. And that's another thing. Make sure you're using a certified tree stand that has met the Tree Stand Manufacturers Association's guidelines. They know what's safe. They make sure everything, kind of like UL, they make sure everything's tested and meets their specs before they'll put their label on it. So.
Now, Jay, what about letting people know where you're going and where you are?
That's a very big thing, is make sure every time you go to climbing a stand that somebody, your wife, your hunting buddy, whoever you're going to be with, knows exactly where you're going so that they can find you in the event that you don't show up at supper time.
Absolutely. Well, Jay, certainly appreciate the information. I'm glad you're on the road to recovery, but certainly a very timely topic for all of our hunters, no matter if it's deer with tree stands. It's important to be safe when you're out hunting, you're in the woods. some of these same principles apply. So appreciate you bringing that to light. If you have any questions, make sure to contact your local extension office or Fish and Wildlife. We hope you have a great day, and we see you right here tomorrow morning.
If you have questions about today's topics, please call the Warren County Extension Office at the number on your screen. Thanks for watching and have a great day.